South Korea's military intelligence agencies have reported that North Korea may have delivered over 12,152mm artillery shells to Russia in support of its war against Ukraine. A report by the Defense Intelligence Agency shows information that North Korea has provided Russia with around 28,000 containers containing weapons and artillery ammunition. If calculated with 152mm single shells, are presumed to have reached more than 12 million, the Defense Intelligence Agency said. Last year, North Korea sent 11,000 soldiers to support Russia's war in Ukraine, followed by an additional 3,000 this year. The troops supported Moscow's counteroffensive in Kursk, a western Russian region where Kiev troops launched a surprise incursion last August and suffered heavy casualties, according to reports. In late June, South Korea's intelligence agency claimed that North Korea is likely to send more troops to Russia in the next 2 months. North Korea deployed thousands of soldiers to aid Russia in the Ukraine war following the signing of a strategic partnership treaty by leader Kim Jong-un and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Pyongyang in June 2024. In April, South Korea's spy agency claimed that North Korea likely suffered 4,700 casualties while fighting alongside Russian forces in the Russia-Ukraine war, with 600 confirmed fatalities. Ukrainian military intelligence chief Kirill Budanov told Bloomberg that North Korea may now be covering as much as 40% of Russia's ammunition needs for the war. Budanov also confirmed that Pyongyang is providing other advanced weaponry, including ballistic missiles and artillery systems, which he described as good weapons. Russia and North Korea have been deepening bilateral ties amid international scrutiny. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov visited Pyongyang last week and said North Korea has reaffirmed its clear support for Russia's war in Ukraine and the Kremlin's leadership, reported South Korean news agency Yonhap. In return, Russia is reportedly providing North Korea with financial support and technology, helping Kim Jong-un's regime to mitigate the effects of international isolation. A video has been shared in a Telegram app, capturing foreign fighters deployed in Russia's Kursk region within the Ukrainian army. The volunteers are fighting within the 47th Mechanized Brigade that is made up mostly of Colombians, but also includes volunteers from Peru, Brazil, Zimbabwe, Italy, and Mexico. The video shows the fighters gathered in a forest lane, chanting slogan, "Glory to Ukraine." They are also seen chanting words in Spanish. According to information posted on a Ukrainian Telegram channel, soldiers within the 47th Mechanized Brigade are trained from scratch and used in Ukrainian army's both offensive and defensive operations. Some foreign fighters, especially those from Colombia, have been transferred to the 47th Brigade from other units. The work of the Colombian assault troops is showing strong results and is making a significant impact on the battlefield. They've already seen combat against Russia's elite brigades and North Korean special forces in the Kursk region, the Telegram channel quoted the commanders of the Colombian assault company as saying. It should be noted that up to 30,000 foreign fighters have joined Ukraine's war against Russian invasion since 2022. Ukraine set up the Ukrainian Foreign Legion, a military unit of the Ukrainian ground forces, composed of foreign volunteers in February 2022.
Cuando pretenda sentir temor, la furia invade mi cuerpo, despertando en mi alma verde, el guerrero que llevo dentro, guerrero siempre guerrero, no le importa si es difícil, o si tal vez hay fatiga, casi todo cuesta arriba.
The Ukrainian Defense Forces attacked the base of the 810th Marine Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces in the Kursk region. The occupiers suffered heavy losses. This was reported by the Russian Z Resource Northern Channel associated with the Russian army. The incident occurred in the village of Spalno, located approximately 5 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. As a result of the strike, according to his data, 7 Russian soldiers became Cargo 200. That is, they died. Another 10 were injured. Yesterday we wrote about the lottery. Yesterday, 810th was lucky. Today the drum has finished spinning. Sleeping. Among the dead are conscripts, wrote Z Channel. He is sure that there is a mole in the ranks of the Russian armed forces who is leaking the coordinates of military targets to the Ukrainian armed forces. It feels like the only one who works consistently and without failures in our direction is the informant who carefully and promptly leaks to the Ukrainians where our people are sitting, noted Severny Kanal. The unit in question is the 810th Separate Guards Marine Brigade of the Black Sea Fleet, considered one of the best trained in the Russian army. Ukraine makes extensive use of reconnaissance and precision targeting capabilities, both through technology and likely through local sources of information. Recently, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Oleksandr Syrsky, reported the restoration of Ukrainian troops' positions and the holding of territories in the Kursk and Belgorod regions of Russia. This marked an important step in the context of the current frontline situation. At the meeting of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief's headquarters, attention was focused on the most active directions, namely Pokrovsk, Lyman, Novopavlivka and northern Slobozhanщina. Over the past day, there were 188 combat engagements, resulting in Russian troop losses exceeding 1,000 personnel. Syrsky emphasized that Ukrainian forces are actively defending their positions, particularly in the Pokrovsk and Novopavlivka directions, preventing the Russian army from advancing deeper into the territory, as well as trying to stop the enemy from reaching the administrative borders of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The Commander-in-Chief highlighted the importance of holding positions in the border, Kursk and Belgorod regions, noting that Ukrainian forces continue to control the situation, not giving Russian troops any respite. The meeting also discussed the development of drone technologies for protecting rear cities, as well as measures to deter assaults and deep strikes on Russian territory. New interceptor drone crews are being formed, fighter pilot training continues, and the demand for high-tech drones remains high.